Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Levi. I'm the founder of Dynamic. We help accountancy and financial firms work smarter and not harder. And we do this by leveraging AI to automate processes, streamline workflows, and enhance client communication. This is the podcast, The Balance. And today I'm with a very special guest, Josie, the founder of Zivo. Josie, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for hopping on the podcast. Could you quickly tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do?
Well, thank you, Levi. Thank you for having me. My name is Josiane Gomez. I'm the founder and one of the CFOs of Zivo. Zivo is an accounting firm, public accounting firm based in Canada. We work with nonprofit organizations only. So that's what we do. We serve clients in Canada, in the US, and across globally as well. So that's what we really focus on. And mainly we offer bookkeeping, accounting, payroll, bills, and also CFO services, you name it, more. And our job is to really help these organizations to really focus on the impact that they want to have in their communities. And then we take that and then make sure that they have everything that they need to be able to make the decision.
Really nice. And you are the founder of Zivo. So could you explain to me what is the reason that you, I don't know if that's your decision, but what is the reason that you're fully focusing on nonprofit organizations?
Well, I decided to focus 100% on nonprofit organizations because of my past. So I'm
All
an
right.
accountant, so I'm a CPA by profession, and I used to do an audit. So I used to audit non-for-profit organizations, actually both for-profit and non-profit. And I realized that during my audits, the one that really needed the help the most was the nonprofit because they don't have qualified accountants to take care of the books. So even though I was there to really audit the books. I ended up cleaning up the books, making sure that everything's okay. They don't even have access to financial report to even ask for more funding or even for the board. So because of that, I decided to do it on the side as like a side hobby, helping them with the fix the books and everything. And it became a passion of mine. And I decided to focus because the for-profit, they do have access to all the resources that they need, which the nonprofit don't.
Hmm. Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit more about your background and how did you start it? How did you start Zivo?
Well, as I said, so I started Zivo because of, the need that I saw in the nonprofit community while I was doing my audits, and the fact that there was really a huge need of finding a qualified accountants, professionals who help them with the books. So
Mm-hmm.
by doing that, I started doing that on the side as just, volunteer. Like I have a couple nonprofits that I was taking care of the books for them. I became the director of finance. But then, from the word of mouth, it kept growing, growing, growing. So I'm like, okay, well, I think I need to start doing this professionally. And I
Mm-hmm.
decided to, jump right in and then incorporate Zivo.
Yeah. And when did you start it, Zivo? How long is that ago?
So officially, I started in 2020. But before that,
Mm-hmm.
so I was doing it as a just side hustle and then doing my full-time job.
Nice, nice. And right now, how do you find these nonprofit organizations, or how do they find you?
Well, right now, all of our clients are kind of just by the word of mouth referrals. And actually,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I actually need to do more in terms of getting myself known. But all of our clients are just people referring to us because they are happy about what we do for them.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you do this in Canada, the US, but also just worldwide. What is like your main target audience, or what would be like your ideal client to work with?
So our ideal clients are pretty much nonprofit. So the first thing to even, have a conversation with us is like you're a nonprofit. Then
Yeah.
if you're nonprofit and you have a need, so you don't have a finance department, number one, or you do have a finance department, but the turnover is very high and you don't
Hmm.
have anyone, or you have an issue with your audit because you have no one to clean up the books for you to really make sure that you have everything to pass the audit or even ask for more fundings, then that you are our ideal clients.
All right. All right. And country is not really relevant.
No, it is not because accounting is really universal. So it's a debit and credit everywhere. And we're trying to stick on that. And we, especially our clients, we are familiar with most of the grantors, like where they get the funding from. So we make sure that, we kept them in compliance and everything. So as long as we stay in an accounting side, when it comes to maybe taxation and everything like that, then we partner with an accounting firm in the country. So, for instance, clients in the US, we're going to partner with an accounting firm in the US that is specialized in accounting taxes. Then we
Yeah.
can help them. But when it comes to accounting, we're the experts.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Makes total sense. Okay. And in the past 5 years that Zivo exists, what are like big challenges or big obstacles that you had to overcome or that you did overcome?
I think my one of my biggest challenges, which is still even the case, is finding qualified staff for even us, right? Because we, all the accountants, we are looking for like the great candidates that can help us with the vision that we have on serving the particular ideal clients that we have. And for me, it's a little bit even harder because we are a bilingual firm. So our services are provided in English and also in French. English, we're fine, but finding like a great qualified French candidate accountants who help us do the job. That's what we are having issue with because we are based in even though we are virtual, so that's one of the challenges.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, makes sense. And um also I want to talk a little bit about like the future. Um what are the goals? What are the things with Zivo that you're really trying to work towards?
Well, right now, one of my goals is actually, even though, so with what we are doing, so we really focus on financial operations and also financial management for our clients. But what I'm
Hmm.
noticing also the trend is they need training. So we do training for the board, we do training for management, and also we have some of the clients that they already have a staff members in-house, but these
Yeah.
people are not well trained. So I'm thinking about developing like some courses and then helping training this in-house staff to become
Hmm.
proficient and making sure that the organization books are in order. And myself, I'm also moving toward like some more coaching because
Yeah.
I'm already doing that already. So now I want to make it official to become like a coach and then mentor like for the executive or
Yeah.
management.
Yeah, because let's say uh fast forward 5 years, the ideal situation, where would you be and where would Zivo be?
So 5 years from now, definitely Zivo gonna have a training component, so Zivo Academy to help
Hmm.
not only board member, management, also the staff of any organizations. We are planning to also now start working directly with the grantor, like instead of working with the grantees, which is our most of 100% of our clients, but now maybe go to the founder. So the founder will be the one paying us so we can go and train the people that they gave the money to, so that the money can be well spent on the causes. So that's one thing that we want to do. And also, again, myself, I'm more well versed in the coaching and helping these organizations, always in a nonprofit sector.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. All right, sounds really good. And in this podcast, we also always want to dive into like the future of accounting, um, and have a little look into that, especially now with the growth of social media the past years, and especially the real most recent years, the growth of AI. What is your vision on that? And are you already like looking into it?
Yes. So as we can see, like we are virtual, right? So definitely we cannot miss it. So I can tell you that 6 to 7% of what we do is really AI based.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT is our good friend now. We're actually trying to find a name for it because it becomes like our colleague.
Yeah.
Even the note taker, like we have note taker in terms of making the work even more seamlessly done efficiently. We use a lot of tools, AI
Mm-hmm.
tools, because the goal is like anything that is repetitive, we don't have to waste our time, but we can use our mind to really help the clients, because those are the things that unfortunately as of now AI won't be able to do. So how can we move everything that can be done with AI and leverage on the use of AI and then
Mhm.
use our mind now to help our clients? So yeah,
Yeah,
we like I'm looking for tools and AI tools and everything every day. Not
nice.
every day, but like
Yeah.
yeah.
And are there certain things that you would wish AI could do or that you would wish you could implement but aren't like really possible yet?
Yes, I would love to. It's funny because when I'm working and I'm like, why they haven't thought about this yet? And I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to remember something. It will come because I have a lot. Like
No
it's
worries.
usually it's when I'm in a moment and I'm like, they should have thought about this. Why no one has thought about doing this? So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But probably what do you think like AI and just the growth of like all these technologies, do you think like it will be a danger for the industry?
I personally think that it won't be a danger, honestly. Even my team members, my colleagues, I told them all the time, you don't have to be afraid of AI. The
Yeah.
only thing is you have to reinvent yourself, you have to educate yourself, you have to keep learning. And as
Hmm.
I said, like let's use AI, leverage on that, make sure that we need it, like for what we need it. But remember, if you're upgrading yourself, then you don't have to worry about AI because you can now use your mind, use your brain, use your imagination to do the job. Because
Yeah.
no matter what, AI won't be able to do those kind of things, analyzing the data, for instance.
100%. I agree. I think AI only makes
Yeah.
things easier and the whole personal touch of being an accountant is irreplaceable. Like AI cannot do that.
Yes. Yes.
They can't
I'll
give action.
just give you an example. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will give you an example. Like I was approached to become a treasurer for one of the big national organization in Canada. I was really, really interested, but unfortunately the time doesn't work for me. And I was pushing to like I wanted to find the right word to send to the person who invited me because I really, really appreciate that person. And I couldn't because and I know that if I want to write it, it will take like maybe an hour or two. So one day, because I couldn't postpone the my reply anymore, I just copied the whole email and then plug into ChatGPT and I said reply with a
Hmm.
negative. And honestly, in less than 30 minutes, by tweaking it definitely, right? But I had my answer. I was amazed by what I
Yeah.
got just by using that. So AI, yeah, it makes our lives easier.
100% easier, faster, more efficient.
Mm.
Yeah. What other key trends in the industry or in general are you like responding to right now or are you looking into?
So definitely AI, that is number one. Number two is like any software that can add value, like the value added software that can not only help us reduce the time that we spent on the file, as well as something that can help our client, all of this kind of thing, and also keep learning and being in a network where we can leverage our skills as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I get that. And for Zivo, one thing I'm curious about, um, what are like your core values? What is important to you within the business, and how does that show up in the day-to-day operations?
Well, one of the things that is very dear to my heart is in Zivo, it's people over profit. That is, we don't, no matter what, like we can have the biggest clients with, the best revenue and everything, but if they don't value my team and they don't, value what we do for them, unfortunately, they may not be the right client for us. And that one is, it's non-negotiable.
Yeah, well, that's a really good core value for sure. Okay. Um, Josie, um, for other CPAs, accountants, bookkeepers, entrepreneurs that are listening right now, what is like your best piece of advice that you would give them if they're looking to grow or looking to innovate their business?
Well, One, I can summarize into three things. Number one is they need to find a niche. You
Hmm.
know, not, try not to be like the jack of all trade. And I
Hmm.
feel like, as an accountant or when you're starting, and I had that as well when I started.
Hmm.
Lucky enough, again, I started as just doing the volunteer thing, so and then get my name out there. I wasn't even thinking about opening a firm. So maybe that helped me a little bit. But I know that there are a lot of accountants, they want to, you know, kind of branching and have their firm, but they're afraid because they are like, what am I going to find my clients? So they take everything, but that is not the best way for success. They're gonna burn, right? Burned out. So the best way is find a niche. Who
Hmm.
are you passionate about? The accounting industry is $1 billion industry. So definitely there are, we are lucky enough to be in this industry where we can work with, in a movie sector, nonprofit, anything you name it. So find like all of these. What are your niche? Who do you love working with? And then you connect the passion with actually the skills and everything.
Yeah.
And that's number one. Once you find that, focus on building a strong client relationship with them. And then not just for the money, like they want to see that you really enjoy, what you're doing first. And then the third one is provide exceptional service so that you can stand out from the competition because not even ignore, like just ignore the competition and then focus on offering the best service that you can. And I think they will succeed. Definitely.
Then they are sorted.
Yes.
Great. Josie, if the listener wants to learn more from you, maybe work with you, or just connect with you or get in contact with you, how can they best find you?
So I'm on LinkedIn, Josiane Gomez on LinkedIn. So that's easy. So Josiane Gomez, Gomez on LinkedIn. And also they can find us on my website. So zivo.ca, Zivo.ca.
Nice, really good. I'll also make sure to put the links to your LinkedIn and to the website in the description of the podcast below. Josie, I really want to thank you so much for your time. It was a really valuable podcast. It's nice to learn a little bit more about you, about your business, and hopefully we're going to make a second part one day. Do you've got any last words for the podcast?
Well, first of all, thank you, Levi, for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. And I'm looking forward to, yeah, definitely the part two of coming and then, offering more value added service to your podcast, but also to your listener. Anything that I will be able to share that will help them because I know you have an amazing podcast. So that's
Thank you
what I
so
would say.
much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for hopping on today. And ladies and gentlemen that are listening at home or wherever they are listening, thank you so much for listening. My name is Levi, and this was The Balance.